Hello Virgo, and welcome to your February 2025 tarot card reading. Let's go ahead and get started here and see what comes through for you. What is it that Virgo needs to know for February? Let's see. We start with the answers you need are coming. So there have been, I suspect there have been a lot of outstanding items, maybe you've been waiting for things to come through, you've been waiting for people, you've been waiting for job offers, whatever the case may be. And I think at this point you're like, I don't care if it's a yes or a no, I just need to know, and I think that is coming. And this has a lot to do with Jupiter stationing direct in your 10th house. This happens actually on February 4th, so you're probably already feeling that kind of lurching energy a little bit. We also have Mars stationing direct later in February on the 23rd. Not to mention, we also have Venus coming into Aries as she prepares for her retrograde, which is happening on March 1st. So she will be in pre-shadow throughout the entirety of February. So a very long pre-shadow phase for her. So we have a lot of things happening this month, okay? And I think the turnaround specifically of Jupiter is why this card is coming out, okay? So probably early on in the month, whatever it is that has been kind of open-ended, you'll probably receive some closure. So let's see what comes through with the Animal Spirit deck for Virgo. What is it that Virgo needs to know? We have a co-create with Spirit. Okay. Whenever this card comes out, we need to remember, that we're in this very delicate dance with Spirit, okay, with the universe at large. And we have to take a lot of responsibility because this is not something that is just going to be handed to us, okay? We have to show up, we have to do the research, we have to learn, we have to educate ourselves, we have to, figure out what needs to be done, and we have to start implementing and applying things and trust that as we take these little steps, that the universe will then kind of fill in the gaps as needed, probably just one step at a time. Okay, so it's really important for us to have a lot of trust and faith in this process right now, which I think is something a little bit easier for Virgo to do since you are the ruler of processing. It's not the most complicated thing in the world for you to do. And I think actually maybe this is a point of strength for you. But you do have to show up. And you do have to invest, and you do have to try, and you do have to kind of get out of your comfort zone a little bit, and you have to understand that you have to do your part, and Spirit will absolutely do its part as well, the way it always does. So let's see what comes through with the tarot cards. What does Virgo need to know for February 2025? Star, beautiful. I really like the alignment energy that the star brings. But I don't think this alignment is just happening. It's not like some natural, organic process. I mean, it is to some degree, but I also think you play a big part in that, okay? The reason why I say it is because over the course of the next several months, specifically March, April, and May, Saturn is starting to come into this very tight conjunction with Neptune. And this is an astrological influence, okay? So there's really nothing we can do to stop this. And there are going to be a lot of melting away energies that come with this. And so there is going to be that natural or organic alignment over the course of the next several months. But it has to coincide with direction, because if we don't have a sense of direction, or we don't have a trajectory or proper momentum, it's going to get really sloppy, it's going to get very confusing, and it's going to get really messy. And I don't think anyone wants that. Okay, I really don't think anything. Actually, you know what? Before I keep talking, hold on, I'm sorry. Let me make sure. I forgot to plug in my phone. Okay. Make sure my battery doesn't run out. I didn't realize it wasn't plugged in. So that's really what's going on there. So we have to make sure that we're like on some type of a defined path, because things are about to get very undefined. And I don't think Virgo, well, I think Virgo can operate well in either realm, but I think having some defined qualities will be very, very beneficial. Okay. But I also think with the star card, it's really important to have your eye on some type of a goal. I'm kind of getting the impression, I'm looking at this Four of Cups, I'm like, there are things you don't want to do in order to do this, right? And maybe there's even a little bit of procrastination going on your part, Virgo. Either you're procrastinating or you are prioritizing other things. I don't know what the issue is necessarily. The thing is with that Four of Cups is I don't think that that's coming from a knowing that something's not right for you. I think it's coming from a knowing that you have to learn something and you don't want to learn it, or it's hard to learn it, or you're like, oh, I don't have time to learn it, or oh, there's like reasons. For some reason, education, I don't know why, maybe this is Jupiter and Gemini, I don't really know, but the theme of education is coming through quite strong this month. And education is kind of like the route to freedom. So learning the new skill or the new talent or the new technique or the new software or the new whatever, learning is going to be your key. But I think you're putting off the learning for some reason. And I don't think you should, okay? Because I'm looking at the Six of Wands and I'm saying, look, there's going to be victory and success in this for you. You are going to ultimately succeed. When you succeed is going to determine on your actions now. Because if you continue to put things off, continue to deprioritize, it's going to take longer. And if you're okay with that, then you're okay with that, and that's fine. But I think many Virgos are in a situation right now where it's like, I would rather have it now than later. Right? I'd rather have it now than later. I would rather have it just get it over with and then move on to the next thing. So the Four of Cups, I don't know what's stopping you. Maybe it's a level of discomfort. Maybe it's a fear. Maybe it's your perfectionism kind of kicking in, and wanting to make sure you do it perfectly. But maybe it's getting in the way, right? We don't want to get in our own way here. I feel like Spirit is just kind of sitting around waiting for Virgo to act or waiting for Virgo to do something. Like, I don't think anything is going to change. Your circumstances are not going to change unless you push, like really just go for it. Take the leap. The Four of Cups feels like that's the problem. Okay, that's the problem. Let's see what else comes out. And I feel like the top one. Okay. See, there's really nothing big or super dramatic about this reading. It all feels quite functional. And I'm wondering if February isn't just going to be quite functional for Virgo. The world does suggest that a particular phase is closing out, which I feel like we've gotten a lot of this closure energy when Pluto came into Aquarius back in November. And we're still like contending with that a little bit. Now, the thing is that I feel like we are on the other side. We are on the other side of this threshold, and we are looking into the new possibilities of things, and we're looking toward the new life and all of that. But it doesn't feel comfortable yet. And it's like we're still acclimating. And maybe that's also a part of the I don't know if procrastination is the right word for most of you. If that does not resonate, then you don't have to, then that's fine. You can disregard. But whether it's procrastination or you're just simply like prioritizing other things or something like that, it's just like how quickly you assimilate and how quickly you familiarize yourself with this new world is totally dependent on you. For some reason, I'm seeing resistance in fully immersing yourself, or full immersion. Like you're not immersing yourself. Is that the word? I'm saying the word and it doesn't make sense. To immerse, right? Not emerge, immerse. Feels like you're resisting this immersion process, but it's the immersion that needs to happen in order for the success to be attained. And the universe is just sitting there, like kind of tapping on its watch, being like, any day now, Virgo, like I'm waiting for you. When, like, it's on you. Are you ready? Are you going to do it? Are you prepared? Like what's going on, Virgo? Why aren't you here yet? Why haven't you showed up? Why haven't you, And I think you're taking your time. Again, maybe there is a level of perfectionism because you're like, I'm really scared to do this because what if I mess it up? I'm really scared to dive in because what if I fail? And maybe there is a lot of that going on, but it's not showing up in like a deep, dark psychological way, the way I think sometimes tarot shows. And I don't know, maybe you're not aware of it, or maybe you are aware, but because you're aware, then it like kind of has less power. I don't know what it is, but I think, Virgo, this is a month where I think you decide that you have to go all in, right? You have to fully immerse yourself, that there is no choice at this point, because there is no going back. That's for sure. There is no backwards, and there hasn't been any backwards momentum at all for a long time. So it's going forward, and it's going forward eventually. But now is the moment where you can choose to dive in. And I think once you officially choose to dive in, when you kind of get over this, whatever this is, when you get over it, that is when the answers are going to come. And I look at the six of coins, and I see that there's kind of a flow. I see an inward flow and an outward flow, both. And to me, this is very, it feels like a well-oiled machine. Okay, like things are coming in, things are going out, things are coming in, things are going out. This may also be something that you're resisting as well. Maybe you're resisting things coming in, or you're resisting things coming out, or maybe both. There seems to be a trigger of some sort. This might be your ruling planet Mercury coming into Pisces, okay? That's happening on the 14th, which is the middle of the month, and this is the middle card. So I'm wondering if that's not, let me check the dates here before I commit to that. Yes, on the 14th. I always mess up the dates. There may be some type of forced inflow, outflow. Okay? It might be money. It might be energy. It might be attention. It might be something. But this to me feels like it's going to shake things up. It's going to get you out of this, whatever this is. This is going to start, like, it's like going to kick start. It's kind of like, I don't know why I'm seeing like pulling that string on a lawnmower. Like, I don't know what the word is, but when you like pull the string on the lawnmower and it like gets going, that's what I'm seeing is happening. Okay, Mercury comes into Pisces, and all of a sudden, boom, boom, and then the motor starts going, and you're like, okay, I need to get over this Four of Cups thing because it's not serving me. And I think to a degree, it might even be making you kind of sick to your stomach a little bit, because you're like, oh, I know I need to do this. I know I need to do that. I know. And I don't think you like that energy at all. You don't like things hanging over your head. So you get over it. Three of Coins, you go straight to work. And I see you even maybe collaborating with people. We do have a lot, like really a lot of seventh house activity for you here. So it makes sense that there's other people involved. There's groups, there's partnerships, there's alliances, there's all types of things. So whether you have to hire people, whether people are hiring you, whether you're meeting with more people, there seems to be like a kick up of social energy going on here. This is probably going to help to catalyze the whole thing, right? It's going to be a catalyst for your immersion. All right, and the Three of Coins is going to be an immersion. Okay, getting some really interesting major arcana coming out. I'm not really all that happy about the page. I'm not really liking this page this month for some reason, and it kind of feels like there does seem to be like a shallowness that's coming out in February. And I don't quite understand why or where that's coming from. But like there are like shallow thoughts, there are shallow offers, there are shallow content. I don't know, something just feels very shallow. And I think this is coming through and it feels shallow. This is not necessarily something that's in alignment with you, and I don't know that this is something you're going to take, but I do think this is validation. All right, this Page of Cups, whatever it may be, whatever offer, whatever unexpected, what have you, I really don't see Virgo taking it. It feels like it's kind of like, where the heck did this come from? Not in alignment with stuff. But it is somewhat, it's kind of like the spirit's communication with you of saying, look, you're on the right track finally. All right, you're doing things. It's a good sign. You don't have to take it because look, and actually you don't. And look what happens immediately after. Here's the Ace of Wands. So this is like a, I don't want to call it a test. Okay, I don't think it's a test, but it's just a little something, a little hurdle that you kind of need to say no to in order to kind of prove that, like, yes, I'm really ready for the real deal. I'm ready for the real opportunities and the real passion and the real new venture. All right. Look at these. These are kind of high level major arcana. I mean, all the major arcana are kind of high level, but like these are kind of cosmic, almost. The Star, we have the World, and then even the Judgment, where we have an angel coming down from the sky. I mean, there's something very big going on in terms of the point of the process that you're in. And Judgment really speaks to clarity and coming up out of darkness. Now, if you have to immerse yourself in some type of education, this feels like an aha moment, like where something really clicks, where you really get it and you understand it and you can take that information, you can genuinely apply it, and you can start doing things with. This is one thing that makes Virgo so magical, is their ability to learn and apply, learn and apply, learn and apply. Because for a Virgo, knowledge and wisdom by itself is completely meaningless, like so pointless to know something and not do it. Right? So this is where I think you start to really live it with that Judgment card. You start to really live it. That's why, right? It's the embodiment. Okay, it's the full embodiment here, because the embodiment is what brings the clarity. It's like when you're learning something, a new, like I remember back in the day when I was learning like all the Adobe software. That was like forever ago. Like I had no idea what I was doing, had no idea about how to use these things. I didn't have any tutorials or anything. And I just went in and I just started like pushing buttons and playing with things and started like, oh, what does this do? What does this do? How do I do that? You know, like it was just, you just dive in. Like, yeah, it's a little confusing at first. It's really hard. It's frustrating. You may not understand. You're Googling a billion things every single day. You're spending a lot of time Googling. How do you do this? How do you do this? How do you do this? But once you do, it's like, okay, it clicks, boom, and all of a sudden now you can just do it, and now you have this skill. Okay, that kind of seems like what's going on here. And the minute you start to embody that, right, you dive in, you immerse, boom, here's the Page of Cups. It's an offer that's really not meant for you. It's not good for you. It's not right. You know it. It's not aligned. It's weird. It feels very weird. You say no, and boom, all of a sudden now here we have the Ace of Wands, which is absolutely 100% aligned. This seems like the Spirit is like really handing out. It seems like they're handing out quite a bit come Pisces season. It feels quite magical, actually. So I'm going to clarify this and see what comes out. But I do think by the end of February, there is going to be some kind of something. Now, it may not be an offer coming from someone else. Okay, keep in mind that the Ace of Wands is usually a desire. It's usually a spark of passion that kind of triggers within us, and we start to get excited. We start to feel that, that desire. And this is really what's going to drive kind of the next little chapter here. So this is why we want to say yes, because this is usually led by spirit. It is a wand energy. It is fire. Okay, it's coming from the fiery spiritual aspect of us. It's not coming from someone else. It's not coming from our mind. It's not coming from ego. It's coming from something quite pure. That's what I don't like about this, is that it's coming from something else. But right now we need stuff to come from you, because that's kind of what's lacking here, I think, is the enthusiasm and the excitement. And I think the reason why you're lacking that is because you don't really know it, because you haven't immersed yourself in it quite yet. So this is a time of full immersion, and you'll see the success and the results that you want, I think, a lot sooner than you realize. Okay, hold on, I'm not going to take those because I didn't shuffle them. So let's see what comes through here for Virgo. So we're going to pull out another 27 cards. All right, 3 cards per card, and we're going to talk for another 25 to 30 minutes about all of these. So if you want to join me, you are more than welcome. The link for that comprehensive reading will be in the description box and the comment thread down below. All right, so let's see, Virgo, what do we need to know about the star card here? Man, he is a mixed bag. I've really not liked him in this reading. I absolutely, really, really like him a lot. The King of Swords. Okay, this deck is just so funny like that, with the King of Swords and King of Cups. Okay, we have the Devil card. Yeah, the Devil. The Ace of Cups. I think it is your perfectionism, Virgo. It's your perfectionism mixed with your lack of knowledge. So you can fix the lack of knowledge. Queen of Cups. 9 of Wands. What was that card again? I forgot. Sorry. Oh, yeah. 6 of Wands. King of Wands, 9 of Coins, 8 of Swords, Page of Cups, another Page of Cups. I feel like there's a lot of little temptations here, and I don't like it because, again, they're so menial, so shallow. 10 of Swords. I really like what's happening at the middle of the month. I think this is the turning point for you here. Middle of February is kind of a big deal. We have Judgment, Justice, 10 of Coins, 2 cards, 6 of Coins, and Justice signify balance. Another 4 of Cups. I definitely should not take that Page of Cups. I knew it. I knew it the second, 5 of Coins. The second it came out, I was like, no sirree, Bob. And a Page of Swords. The Sun. See what I mean? The Sun, the Wheel of Fortune. I knew that Ace of Wands. It's the Ace of Wands you're waiting for. And the Queen of Wands. All right, so this is where we're going to pick up in the comprehensive. So if you want to join, you are more than welcome. Thank you so much, Virgo. You guys know how much I love and adore you. Have an amazing month, and I'll talk to you soon.